is progress, or maybe is not progress, I don't know. What I'm going to work on today, if it doesn't rain too much and get too humid, humidity's not going to matter that much. I'm just trying to sand all this paint off here, get rid of the rough surfaces, shoot a little primer on it so it doesn't rust when I take it outside. Not worried about the bodywork yet. That'll be a long time down the road, if I ever do it. But what I'm going to start with is I'm going to work on some wiring down in here, get it tucked up out of the way. There's a lot of little stuff like this that goes on behind the scenes, so to speak. Tucking wires up out of the way, routing wires, putting them through conduit, making sure they don't chafe, rub, tear off, whatever, get burnt by the exhaust, that kind of stuff. And still got a lot more of it to do back here. But for now, I'm going to get on with fixing this up down in here so my foot doesn't get caught on this wiring and tear it out when I take it on test drives. Oh, by the way, it has been on one test drive. I may throw a little bit of raw footage in here. I haven't had time to edit it, haven't had time to get any real good footage of drive-bys or anything like that, but it does go down the road. Hola, amigo. Can you hear me? All right, I'm just about to pull out onto the street with the Celica GT-SS, so you're going along for a little test drive. It does not want to shift. Again. Wiggle my way down in here. Oh, so comfortable. So easy to get in here in this position, but what we've got to do is, I've already taken these bolts out right here, got these wires up underneath here so they're routed out of the way where the original wiring harness was at, and I'm going to route it something like that, and then the carpet will cover it to about here. That will keep my foot from rubbing holes in it when I'm driving it. Get this all put back together. The plan is to tie this back out of the way, right to that little flange there that's used for nothing else. There's nothing behind it, so drill away. Thread zip tie through holes. Oh, this is so much easier than what it looks on camera. I'm telling you, upside down, twisted around, arms bent through holes, trying not to knock the camera out of position. Zip tie falls out, start over, bump camera, all right, there we go. That's through there. We're going to put it on loosely for right now just to see how it all fits. Oh yeah, I like that. That'll clear the pedal. That clears these linkages because they only move, where are we at? Find the controls. They only move this far, so once that's set in there like that, carpet comes up to about here. That's going to work. Ouch, hit my head. That's why you wear a hat all the time. It does prevent some damage to the top of your head. Not all of it, but some. And let's see. We'll snug this up a little bit right here. I will probably come back in here and put a plastic covering over this just to make sure. And we've got some stuff going on over here on this side too. Got some nice wires tucked away here. Nice wiring job. This is all just temporary. It'll be fixed later. Got a voltmeter in here so I can tell how many volts it's charging, whether it's charging or not. I've fixed the radio wiring. somebody hacked into all these wires right here to put a stereo in. That's the way to do it, people. Just hack into the wires, just cut them all off. I'm hoping they didn't burn anything out when they did all this, because I don't know if the radio worked or not that was in this car. Anyway, I've ordered a harness. If the harness comes in, you'll see right here whether the radio works or not. And if the harness didn't come in, you'll see later on down the road whether or not I've got the harness fixed. But like I said, just putting all this wiring in, making sure everything works, we'll route it better later on. I've also made a little temporary trunk latch, hood latch, whatever you want to call it, so that I can hold the trunk a little ways open so I can see how much the airflow coming out through here helps with the temperatures inside of here, and whether or not I have to get rid of the glass completely or maybe put louvers or vents in the back of this. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Got some of those on order too. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Where's my stick? Of course, that ain't gonna work either because I'm gonna take this out. All right, it is a bit cooler today, but yesterday they stayed up. They were a little low, but they stayed up. Hopefully it doesn't attack me. Take this out and show you what I mean. Just welded a little piece onto this, made it so it's reversible. I put it that way, it holds it at the normal height. I put it this way, it holds it about 1.5 inches higher. Let's take a look at what that looks like. And in keeping with the temporary theme, this one's for the left. This one's for the right. That's just to keep it from wiggling around more than it has to. And now it latches like that with a little bit of an air gap through here. So now I can see what happens when I let just a little bit of air out of here. Like I said, whether or not I should just put holes in the back of this, let more air out, or if I need to get rid of the back glass and put a louvered back on it so all the heat can get out. And that should be a good test. I can run it with it closed, run it with it just a little bit open like this, see how much air flows out of it. I've got a temperature probe that I can stick back here to see how hot it gets back here. And also I can monitor my intake air temperatures to see if they improve, because they are quite hot right now if you're not moving. Opening and closing the hatch a few times reminded me of something else I had to work on. Have to hook this little wire right here up, because that does the third brake light, license plate lights, rear window wiper, which I may not use, and rear window defroster, which I certainly won't need with all this heat in here. Anyway, had to cut a little hole right through there so I could hook that wire up. When I was rebuilding the wiring harness, I could have left that connector on the inside of the car, but now it's a little late for doing that. And I have to say, one of the best parts of doing that was the fear of punching a hole through the glass when I drilled that hole. So I put a block of wood up inside here when I did that. But got a grommet on it, and it is long enough. We're going to stuff it through that hole back there and see how this works out. One connector. Wait a minute. This one through first, this one through second. There we go. Then get all of the rubber grommet through. I know this fits. I checked it before I painted the edges. Maybe if I pull on it gently, it will feed in. Oh yes, that's much easier. Ta-da! And just plug these little guys in. Which is much easier said than done. They're not in a very convenient place anymore. Let's see, this one goes this way. Holy cow. This one goes like this. Trying to plug it into the wrong one. There you go. Aha. That worked. Now, this one goes Over there. Hey, how about that? Let's see if we got any lights. Now we have two possibilities if the brake lights don't work. One is that the bulbs are bad, and the other is that I messed up wiring them. Did they work? Tell me, did they? That one worked? That one work? Who knows? And now, license plate lights. Marker lights on. All right, both of them work. I don't even have to change a light bulb. Nice. And there are hundreds of little details like that. Probably thousands of little details that you never think about until you're actually building the car. But they all have to be done. And, well, if you don't do them, you might have problems on down the road. Probably still gonna have a few problems down the road. But anyway, just thought I'd show that little bit of stuff to you that I've been working on. I'm gonna get to doing some sanding, and I'm gonna throw on the end of this video just a little bit of footage of it driving. Like I said, none of this is good camera footage. It was shot by an amateur assistant and an amateur camera operator, namely me, using a camera that I'd kind of forgotten how to operate. So, but it does run, it does drive. Enjoy. I'll try to get some more edited footage, some drive-bys, some better sound of the motor and stuff like that, but here it is. And I'll be so glad when those new struts come in, because I'm going to lose an arm or a finger or something. All right, checking our gauges here. We have 212, 12.6 on the voltage, which we know is low, and we're back to speed. All right.
Double check every direction.
Just protect the rear quarter panels. The front is all factory parts.
The front is easier. Multi-million-dollar piece of machinery.
Hey, there's no cup holders in this thing. Why is there no cup holders?
I don't know. That's the guy that designed it. I was asking that same question earlier.
Yeah.
After my soda bottle went flying. Maintain speed limit though.
Yeah, of course. Just like I did. It seemed like it wasn't going to shift another gear.
Yeah. I kind of glanced at that one and then glanced there. Made sure we were maintaining speed.
Yeah, we got to stay within the limits of physics and stuff. Or just use a GPS speedometer and forget about it. I don't know, I hope we ran over something, because that was either parts falling off the car or we ran over something. I'll say ran over a stick.
Or a rock.
Yeah.
I notice it likes to throw rocks. He knew it was coming.
I can't, every time I start to take a drink, we go over some more balls. Boom, boom, boom. All right, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching.